Hey Grand Valley, and welcome to GB Today. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Kristen. Today we'll be taking a look back at some of February's most recent events, as well as looking ahead to what March holds.
That's right, and one of Grand Valley's biggest events of the year just passed. The 26th annual President's Ball took place on February 17th at the DeVos Place downtown. The Alice in Wonderland themed event kicked off with President Thomas Haas and Student Senate President Natalie Cleary welcoming students. Entertainment during the dinner consisted of performances from student a cappella group Groove and theater group Stage. Later on in the night, students were able to let loose and indulge in the madness during the dance. Many awards were given out during the President's Ball as well, such as Laker of the Year, Faculty Excellence Award, and the Laker 5 Scholarship winners. Well, the biggest night for film just took place, and Jordan has more on that.
Thanks, Steph. The 84th Annual Academy Awards were last night, and it was a three-horse race. As our Facebook poll correctly predicted, the artist was the biggest winner of the night, taking home 5 awards, including Best Picture as well as Best Actor for John Dujardin. Not to be outdone, though, Martin Scorsese's Hugo took home 5 awards as well, including Best Cinematography and Best Visual Effects. The only other film to win more than one award was The Iron Lady, the film inspired by the life of Margaret Thatcher. The Iron Lady took home 2 Golden Men for Best Makeup and Best Actress with Meryl Streep portraying Miss Thatcher. Back to you, Stephanie.
Thanks, Jordan. Every year, the Super Bowl commercials always generate a lot of chatter, but this year, one ad caused a lot of controversy. GB Today's Austin Bruner has more on that.
This ad that shows an Asian woman riding a bike through a rice paddy was funded by Pete Hoekstra.
Money. You borrow more and more from us. Your economy get very weak. Ours get very good. We take your jobs. Thank you, Debbie Spend It Now.
Hoekstra is a U.S. Senate hopeful running against Democratic incumbent Debbie Stabenow. He denied what critics are calling racial overtones when speaking to Wood TV8.
Well, the only stereotype in the ad is stereotyping liberal Democrats in the U.S. Senate for their spending and their record on deficits and debt.
Hoekstra has since pulled the ad from television and his campaign website, but questions still linger from that 30-second advertisement.
I feel like that it's pretty sad to see that's how American candidates choose to promote themselves.
I think it gives Pete Hoekstra a very bad name. It shows that he's not confident in himself, and the only way that he can make himself look better is to make somebody else look worse.
I don't know, it dances with racism maybe a little bit. I don't know, I don't think it was in good taste.
The ad may be in poor taste to voters, Debbie Stabenow, and even his fellow Republicans, but it may have done exactly what Pete Hoekstra wanted. Get people talking about him. In Allendale, I'm Austin Bruner.
The 6th annual Last Laker Standing Competition had its final round on Saturday, February 25th. The event took place in Cook DeWitt and was hosted by Comedy Central's Pete Dominic. Each of the 5 finalists had 10 minutes of stage time, and their audience voted for their top 3 comedians. In the end, senior Casey Stoddard took home the title of Last Laker Standing, as well as an iPad. Senior Sophie Neat took 2nd, and Joe Stahura for 3rd. Now to Derek with some sports updates.
GV men's and women's basketball took the court on Saturday against Ferris State in their last game of the regular season. The women's team lost the clincher 46-44, giving them an overall record of 10-16 and a conference record of 7-12. GVSU just missed the conference tournament after getting knocked out of the top 8 in the 2 divisions. 11 players will return for the following 2012-2013 season, and an additional 5 new players will add to the roster. The men's team lost to Ferris State 63-56, giving them an overall record of 14-12 and a 10-9 conference record. The Lakers will play against Findlay in the GLIAC Tournament quarterfinal on February the 29th. While GVSU's baseball team started their season today, they face Bellarmine today and tomorrow in Louisville, Kentucky. Back to you guys.
Well, speaking of sports, hockey season is in full gear, and Griffins fans recently got a chance to help out a charity while attending a game. Over 9,000 fans were in attendance, most of them wearing purple shirts and waving rally towels that were handed out by the Griffins staff. The players took to the ice in purple jerseys, socks, and even purple laces in support of the Van Andel Institute's Community for a Cure. 4-year-old two-time cancer survivor Clayton Kendall dropped the first puck of the game as a part of the ceremony. Tim Gortsema said the goal of the night was to raise an overall awareness for cancer research and the Van Andel Institute. The purple jerseys worn by the players were signed and auctioned off after the game to raise more funds for the Van Andel Institute.
Well, that's all we have for you on this episode of GV Today. Thanks for joining us, Grand Valley.
This has been a GV TV News production.